if I told you that the greatest revenge against a narcissist is not anger, not confrontation, but self-mastery? Narcissists thrive on chaos, on the drama they sow and the control they seize. But there's one thing they can't manipulate. One force they are powerless against. A soul armed with stoic fortitude. Today, we unveil 12 ways to torture the narcissist. Not with hatred, but with an unshakable commitment to your own peace. These are the methods the Stoics themselves would employ. So, prepare to step into the light of self-control and leave the narcissist choking on the shadows of their own emptiness. Number 1. Master the art of silence. A narcissist craves attention the way a fire devours oxygen. They feed on your reactions, your anger, frustration, or even validation. But silence is their kryptonite. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Refusing to engage with their provocations is not weakness, it is the ultimate show of strength. Imagine a storm raging, thunder roaring, and lightning striking, yet the mountain stands unmoved. This is the Stoic approach to the narcissist's chaos. You become the mountain. When their insults or manipulations come your way, meet them with calm and silence. To a narcissist, this silence is excruciating. It denies them the fuel they need to sustain their fragile ego. But beware, silence is not about passive suffering. It is about deliberate restraint. It is a declaration that their words have no power over your internal world. As Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By mastering silence, you create a fortress of tranquility they cannot breach. You signal that your peace is yours to command, untouchable by their chaos. And nothing tortures a narcissist more than realizing they cannot provoke you. Number 2. Set boundaries like an emperor. To a narcissist, boundaries are obstacles to manipulate and break. But to a Stoic, boundaries are sacred. They are lines drawn not out of fear, but out of respect for oneself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Part of being that good individual is recognizing where your responsibility ends and theirs begins. Narcissists will push, prod, and invade your mental and emotional space. They'll guilt you into compliance or charm you into submission. But the moment you enforce firm, unyielding boundaries, their power begins to crumble. The trick is to communicate those boundaries with calm authority, not anger. Anger only feeds their appetite for conflict. Consider this. Boundaries are not walls of isolation, but gates of discernment. You decide what enters your life and what does not. As Seneca advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Boundaries ensure that your energy and time are spent on things and people that uplift you, not those who drain you. When the narcissist realizes they can no longer dictate your choices or intrude upon your peace, it becomes a source of deep frustration for them. Boundaries are your shield, and when wielded with Stoic calm, they are impenetrable. Number 3. Practice indifference to their approval. A narcissist thrives on being the center of attention. They manipulate through praise, withholding it to control, or lavishing it to seduce. But what if their approval, or lack of it, meant nothing to you? What if you were untouchable, immune to their attempts to sway your emotions? This is the essence of apatheia, a core Stoic principle of emotional freedom. Epictetus reminds us, if you are disturbed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. A narcissist will often use compliments as a leash, pulling you closer when they desire control. The moment you detach from their opinions, you sever the strings they hold over you. Picture a mirror. They project their insecurities and desires onto you, hoping you'll reflect them back. Instead, be a wall. Neutral, unresponsive, and solid. Your sense of self-worth should come from within, rooted in your values, virtues, and actions, not from the fickle approval of someone who sees you as a mere pawn in their game. Indifference isn't cruelty, it's clarity. You see the narcissist's actions for what they are, attempts to manipulate. When their approval no longer affects you, they lose their ability to control you. And for a narcissist, there's no greater torment than realizing they are irrelevant in your world. Number 4. Lead with virtue, not emotion. Narcissists are masters at dragging others into the murky depths of emotional chaos. They provoke anger, jealousy, or despair because these emotions give them control. But the Stoic path is different. It demands that we rise above these destructive emotions and respond with virtue instead. As Marcus Aurelius declared, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. When faced with the narcissist's manipulations, choose virtue over reaction. If they attempt to humiliate you, respond with dignity. If they lie, remain honest. If they provoke you, maintain calm. This steadfastness frustrates them to no end because their ultimate goal is to unbalance you, to pull you into their storm. But your response, rooted in Stoic self-control, becomes an unyielding beacon of light amidst their darkness. Seneca reminds us, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. The narcissist's behavior, though challenging, is an opportunity for growth. Each encounter is a test of your resolve, a chance to practice fortitude and temperance. By consistently choosing virtue over impulsive reactions, you demonstrate a strength they cannot fathom. This confuses and tortures the narcissist because they depend on your emotional reactions to validate their own sense of superiority. Instead, your calm, virtuous demeanor reflects their inadequacies, leaving them with nothing to manipulate but their own insecurities. Number 5. Detach from their games. Narcissists are relentless strategists, weaving webs of manipulation, deceit, and drama. They thrive when you are entangled, constantly reacting to their moves. But what if you simply stop playing? Detachment, a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom, is your ultimate liberation. As Epictetus taught, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. By detaching from their games, you take away their greatest weapon, your engagement. Detachment doesn't mean indifference to life, it means freedom from unhealthy attachments. Narcissists craft situations where they are indispensable, making you crave their approval or fear their rejection. Recognize these ploys for what they are, illusions meant to ensnare you. When you refuse to be drawn into their tactics, you become untouchable. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your own judgment of them, and it is in your power to wipe out that judgment now. By detaching, you reclaim your power, shifting your focus back to what truly matters, your own growth, values, and peace. To a narcissist, your refusal to engage feels like rejection, and rejection is their deepest fear. They thrive on your reactions. Without them, they are left in a vacuum of their own making. Your detachment forces them to confront their emptiness, a torture they cannot escape. Number 6. Embrace radical self-discipline. The narcissist's allure lies in their ability to disrupt your focus and pull you into their vortex of chaos. They distract, provoke, and tempt, knowing that a scattered mind is easily controlled. But when you cultivate radical self-discipline, a hallmark of Stoicism, you become impervious to their tactics. As Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free." Discipline grants you the freedom to rise above their schemes and maintain mastery over your own life. Self-discipline is not just about controlling actions, but also about mastering your thoughts. Narcissists excel at planting seeds of doubt and insecurity in your mind. Through discipline, you guard your mental terrain, choosing thoughts that serve you and dismissing those that weaken you. Picture this: a soldier standing guard at the gates of a fortress. That fortress is your mind, and the narcissist is the invader. Your self-discipline is the soldier, ensuring nothing harmful breaches the gates. Marcus Aurelius taught, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you channel your energy into your own growth, your health, career, relationships, and passions, the narcissist loses the ability to control your narrative. Instead, they are left outside, powerless and irrelevant, watching as you rise. For a narcissist, witnessing your disciplined ascent is the ultimate torment, as it shatters their illusion of dominance. Number 7. Stay unmoved by their projections. Narcissists project their flaws and insecurities onto others, making you the scapegoat for their internal chaos. They will accuse you of faults you do not possess and attempt to make you doubt yourself. But the Stoics teach us to stand firm, unaffected by the judgments of others. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, it never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. The narcissist's words are a mirror of their own turmoil, not a reflection of your truth. They weaponize criticism to control and destabilize, hoping you will internalize their projections. But when you recognize their accusations as baseless, you rob them of their power. Let their words pass through you like the wind, felt for a moment, but leaving no trace. Epictetus reminds us, who then is invincible? The one who cannot be upset by anything outside their reasoned choice. When you stay rooted in your values and self-awareness, no projection can shake your inner equilibrium. To the narcissist, your composure is maddening. They expect you to defend yourself, to react with anger or self-doubt. Instead, you meet their projections with unshakable calm, forcing them to confront the emptiness of their accusations. In their desperate attempts to destabilize you, they only reveal the instability within themselves. Number 8. Let your actions speak louder. Words are the narcissist's domain, crafted to confuse, manipulate, and control. But actions? Actions are a language they struggle to manipulate. When you stop engaging in their verbal games and focus instead on living with purpose and integrity, you undermine their control. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca stated, let deeds match words. Narcissists thrive on creating a narrative where they are the protagonist and you are the antagonist or the victim. By consistently demonstrating virtue through your actions, kindness, patience, and resilience, you rewrite the narrative. You show that your character is defined not by their perception, but by your principles. Marcus Aurelius emphasized, do not be ashamed of help. If it is offered to you, accept it. To act against what is best for yourself is contrary to nature. Seek support from trusted allies and continue pursuing your goals relentlessly. Narcissists find it unbearable to see their target thriving and admired for their deeds, while they remain trapped in their self-centered worldview. When your life is a testament to your values, there is nothing the narcissist can say to diminish it. Your actions become a mirror reflecting their failure to disrupt you. This silent yet powerful retaliation tortures them because it reminds them of their own inability to live authentically. Number 9. Cultivate emotional resilience. Narcissists are emotional puppeteers, pulling strings to provoke anger, sadness, or guilt. They thrive on destabilizing your inner world, making you react in ways that feed their control. But when you cultivate emotional resilience, the ability to endure without breaking, you deprive them of their strongest weapon. As Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. Emotional resilience is not about suppressing feelings but mastering them. It is the ability to feel anger without lashing out, to experience pain without crumbling, and to face manipulation with clarity and strength. This mastery is achieved through consistent self-reflection and practice, as the Stoics emphasize. Imagine a flame flickering in the wind, yet never extinguished. This is the power of emotional resilience. It allows you to endure the narcissist's storms without losing your fire. Marcus Aurelius urged, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you refuse to react emotionally to their provocations, the narcissist is left in a void. Their attempts to elicit pain or anger fall flat, forcing them to face their own inability to affect you. Emotional resilience is their undoing, for it is a living testament to your strength and their failure. Number 10. Do not fear their rejection. A narcissist's rejection is not a reflection of your worth, but an indication of their own emotional immaturity. They reject others to assert their dominance and control. But when you no longer fear their rejection, you free yourself from their influence. As Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. The narcissist will make you feel as though you are unworthy of their affection, attention, or respect. But this is a manipulation tactic meant to break your spirit. By accepting that their rejection is not about you, but about their need to inflate their ego, you disarm the weapon they wield. Seneca noted, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. If you can delay your emotional response to their rejection, you'll realize that it holds no power over you. Rejection, like everything else in life, is a natural event, one that comes and goes, with no lasting impact on your value as a person. When you stop fearing rejection, the narcissist loses their ability to manipulate you. They rely on your emotional dependency, but when you release that attachment, they are left with nothing to control. Your ability to rise above their petty rejection becomes the ultimate torment to them, exposing their fragile ego for all to see. Number 11. Recognize their insecurity. Narcissists often present themselves as invincible, but beneath their bravado lies a deep well of insecurity. They are constantly seeking external validation to fill the void within them, and they fear being exposed for who they truly are. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught, people are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. Recognizing the narcissist's insecurities allows you to see them for what they truly are: fragile and fearful, desperate to maintain the illusion of superiority. When you understand that their inflated ego is a defense mechanism against their own self-doubt, you become impervious to their attacks. Their insults, manipulations, and emotional games lose their power because you no longer see them as a threat, but as a reflection of their own vulnerabilities. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The narcissist's attempts to control or belittle you are not signs of their strength, but of their weakness. You need only to look beneath the surface to see the truth. When you face them with understanding and not judgment, you neutralize their attempts to destabilize you. This insight into their insecurity is a silent but powerful form of torture. It exposes their fragility, leaving them to battle with their own inner demons, knowing they cannot escape the truth of their own weakness. Number 12. Reflect on your own growth. The greatest way to torture a narcissist is not through confrontation or retaliation, but through your own growth and self-improvement. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you focus relentlessly on your own development, be it through gaining wisdom, enhancing your resilience, or cultivating peace of mind, the narcissist becomes irrelevant. Narcissists want to maintain control by keeping you focused on them, their needs, and their drama. But when you shift the focus entirely onto yourself, their efforts become futile. You grow stronger, wiser, and more independent with each passing day, while they remain trapped in their cycle of self-obsession. Seneca taught us, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. Your commitment to lifelong learning and growth is the ultimate rejection of the narcissist's power. You prove that your life is not defined by their chaos, but by your own principles and progress. When you rise above the narcissist's attempts to distract and control you, they are forced to watch as you thrive. This is the most potent form of revenge. You take control of your destiny, leaving them powerless in the face of your transformation. Your growth becomes the final nail in the coffin of their influence over you, as it exposes the truth of their inadequacy. The narcissist's power lies in their ability to manipulate, provoke, and control through your reactions. But by embracing the Stoic virtues of silence, self-discipline, emotional resilience, and the pursuit of personal growth, you reclaim control over your life. You render their tactics ineffective, their words powerless, and their presence irrelevant. The path of the Stoic is not one of passive suffering, but of active resistance. Resistance rooted in self-awareness, self-control, and fortitude. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When you focus on cultivating the virtues that define you, the narcissist's influence fades into nothingness. Your inner strength, your ability to maintain your peace in the face of adversity, becomes your greatest weapon. And as they struggle to maintain control over you, they will realize the ultimate truth: you are untouchable. In embracing the Stoic path, you free yourself from the narcissist's grip, and in doing so, you become a living testament to the power of inner peace, resilience, and self-mastery. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.